Hello, this is Mark Serwotka, the General Secretary of PCS, bringing you the latest news from your union about what we're doing to try and keep you safe during this pandemic, but also to give you an update on what we're doing about your pensions and about your pay. First of all, let me say that today we've had a meeting of all the PCS parliamentary group talking to MPs about our concerns, and I'm pleased to say that MPs have agreed to raise immediately with politicians, ministers and with the Cabinet Office some of our issues of concern around pay in particular, but also about redundancies. I'm also pleased to tell you that I've just had a meeting with the Cabinet Office and the thing to reassure everyone is that we have just been told very clearly that the Cabinet Office position remains, that people should still work from home wherever they can, that employers are still being encouraged to invest in new technology so that more people can be working from home, and that for those of you who are in a workplace, that must be safe. Now that's a very welcome assurance. But when I've done Facebook Live events in recent weeks, what I find is that even though we've got some good national agreements and some good assurances, many members get in touch with the union to say that doesn't apply to them. So I can tell you that we have just, on your behalf, launched the PCS 5 tests that we believe must be met before there can be any widespread return to the workplace and to ensure those currently in work are kept safe. And those tests are very simple. They're tests that we want to apply and raise with your employer, that we intend to raise them with the Cabinet Office, but most importantly, when you see them, we want you as an individual and in your office or your workplace or whether you're at home to ask, do I meet these 5 tests? And we're going to embark in the next few weeks of asking our reps at all levels in the union to ensure that we contact members and we ask ourselves, if you're in a workplace, is it safe? Is there social distancing? Can you travel to work safely? Do you have adequate PPE? Have equality measures been taken to assure that those who are disproportionately affected by the pandemic, members of the BAME community, for example, are they being kept safe? And if you're at home, are you still able to work from home? Are you on special paid leave? And is nobody trying to force you back into the workplace? So I'm urging all members and everyone in the union to look at the tests, ask whether they're applied. If they are, that's good. If not, make sure we know about it so we can take it up on your behalf. Now, it's also important that I keep you updated on pay and on pensions. I mentioned to you a couple of weeks ago that the government had rejected our offer to get them to put an above inflation pay rise across the board and issue it from the centre. Instead, they've issued what's called a pay remit. That's the amount of money the Treasury will limit any pay rises to, and they've asked every department and employer to now have separate pay negotiations. Now that pay remit is a disgrace. It starts at 1.5%, way below the level of inflation, and the most that anyone is going to get is 2.5%. Your National Executive Committee has rejected that as completely inadequate. It would condemn us to the 11th consecutive year of pay cuts in real terms and is less money than local government unions have already rejected for their members. So we're now, in line with what you've asked us to do in recent surveys, going to increase our pay campaigning. We'll be issuing lots of material to you. We'll be making the point that you're a key worker. You're helping this country tick over at the moment. So it's an outrage that the government wants you to take a pay cut. And we'll be doing lots of initiatives. The first will be to launch a national petition to try and get this issue raised in Parliament as a debate, but to get members to indicate that they demand fair treatment on pay. That's the first stage of our campaign, and we intend also to look at any legal routes we can take on equal pay legislation, but to generally get a campaign going that will allow us, if the government doesn't listen, to apply more pressure to them as the year moves forward. And that takes me to the last issue I want to update you on, which is your pension. Now, I've done many videos where I've told you that we've been trying to get the pensions overpayment, the 2% in contributions you overpay every month, given back to you, in line with what the government's own pension valuation told them they should do. The government have absolutely refused. And in recent weeks, they've again told us they will not give us that money back and we must continue to overpay. So I'm pleased to tell you that the legal action that we have been telling you about now for many months has reached a critical stage. PCS along with many other unions, has now submitted its case for judicial review to the courts. Our case is simple. The independent pension valuations must be implemented, and that where members are due to get money back, you should get that money back. We haven't got a date yet for a court case, but it is now lodged with the court. As soon as there's any update, I will let you know what that is. So I'll finish really by just saying this. Whether it's fighting for your pension rights, fighting to get you pay that you deserve, or keeping you safe now and into the future, we as a union are doing everything we can on your behalf. But of course, for that to be successful, we depend on members getting involved and supporting the union, for example, signing petitions, urging colleagues to join, but also to let us know if there are problems so that we can take them up on your behalf. Get involved in the union, look out for all of these updates, and hopefully sometime soon I can bring you a progress report on our legal challenge, on our pay campaign, and on our campaign to keep you safe. Thanks very much.